let's talk about 310, which is good, clean fun. This is where we're going to use some Android malware. And again, what we're going to do, we're not going to do real dynamic analysis ourselves. We're just going to use cloud services that make it really easy. So first, we're going to get a sample. So there's a nice GitHub from somebody where he's posted a whole bunch of Android malware. And normally, when you do malware analysis, like we're doing it in the malware analysis class, you have to have an isolated environment. But I don't think any of this Android malware is going to run on my Mac. And I'm just downloading packaged APK files and not opening them. So I feel comfortable downloading the malware on my Mac. So I'm going to get the Exodus sample, the first sample, starting with 0F5. So if you go down to Exodus, it's the name of this malware, and see the first one starts with 0F5. This is a tradition. You name the file by its hash, and this looks like a SHA, maybe a SHA-256 hash. So I download this thing, and download. Downloads folder is fine. Okay, so now I've downloaded this APK file. And now I can analyze it by just going to VirusTotal. VirusTotal will do a very good job on this. That's why these projects are getting ridiculously easy, because they will do all the work for you. All you have to do is drag that file and put it up there. And now, first it tells you whether it's evil or not, and a whole bunch of vendors have flagged it as being evil, but you have a lot more information. The vendors just tell you that they've detected it, but the details tell you, let me get this here, tell you hash values and the history of it and some names of this thing, different APK file names it's had, and tells you about the HTTPS certificate with which it's signed. So you can see what company made it and what nation they're from and such. So it looks like somebody in Italy made this one. Here's the certificate issuer. Here's the permissions it requests on your phone. And here's the names of the activities, services, and receivers that we were just talking about. You can see them here. Here's the intent filters that it specifies. Battery low, admin enable, and so on. Here's the launcher that launches the app. Here's strings it found, referring to several URLs that what it found. All right, so just a lot of information there. That's pretty much the static analysis like you do on a malware analysis course. And it has relations to other objects, which I don't find terribly interesting, but it's here. It does show, however, the domains and IP addresses it's going to, and that's good. And then behavior, it does dynamic analysis in sandboxes, and it ran 4 of them, where it actually ran it in a simulated Android device and watched the behavior and lets you see it. So it did all that for you for free. So this is pretty awesome. Here's the HTTP requests that it made. Here's the DNS resolutions it made. Here's the processes it launched, and not very much was found, but still, this is a whole lot of good analysis just for free. So just learning how to use this is valuable. And I made a few other flags for you to find, so you analyze that one, and now you got a couple things to find out of there: the country code in the certificate and the command it executed in the system. And then go to the next sample and find out what domain it went to, and go to this thing called the Brazilian Android Rat and find out the organization that signed the file. So you just get a little bit of practice using the VirusTotal malware analyzer. So again, a very easy project because the automatic free tools are getting so good that you don't have to struggle a lot to use them. All right. Yeah.
Those malware, the order.
Yeah, these are all about. Well, these are all about.
New orders.
Yeah, this is just a repository I found online. These are all pretty old samples. There are newer samples up there too, I guess.
No, I wonder why the order put the name on the malware.
Why the owner put a name on it?
Why the author? The author, the writer?
The author. Oh, the authors of malware don't put names on them. They're named by the people that find them, typically. All the names you get were made up by like antivirus companies. The owner of malware, they don't put a name. And usually they name it after some string.
Why supposed to put down the authors?
These names here, right?
Yeah.
These names are just the name it became known by. These are assigned by antivirus companies or something. And they're typically named after a string they found in there or something. Yeah, the authors of malware don't give it names usually.
No, in VirusTotal, they analyze the malware and give out a bunch of authors' names and everything.
Oh yeah, that was in the file. Yeah. That means.
Why would people put their names in?
Oh, okay. The question is, why would the author put their name in it? Well, they have to. See, if you go here, they have to sign it with their certificate. It might be a fake name, but they have to put something in the certificate. So if I go to the Details tab, it has to be signed. You can't install it on your phone unless it's signed. And the H509 certificate requires you to fill in a name of organization and an issuer and stuff. So you have to have some names. You can put in fake names, but there have to be names. And often,
Maybe fake names, though.
probably fake names, yeah. But you can't just leave them blank. All right, now a student says he tried to use VirusTotal on some Mac OS packages, and none of them got the first analysis. Yeah, I don't know if it does a good job on Mac malware. It does a pretty good job on Windows or Android malware, but I'm not too surprised if it can't do Mac malware. I don't think there's an easy way to set up a Mac virtual machine to analyze things. That's why we're not doing it. There are legal problems. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. 3 easy projects you can be doing.